Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, a new exhibit at the Willamette Heritage Center takes you back in time to when an Oregon woman made history, becoming the country's first ever female governor, all before women even had the right to vote. Here to share more about the woman you may not know about, we welcome from Willamette Heritage Center, curator and collections manager Kylie and exhibit researcher Kaylyn Mabey. Good to have you both with us. First of all, I want Kylie for you to tell me about the Willamette Heritage Center.
Sure, we're a history museum right in downtown Salem, Oregon. We have a 5-acre site with 14 historic structures, and we're devoted to telling the history of the Mid-Willamette Valley. Wow.
Okay, and for those who haven't been there, check it out, it's in Salem. Okay, let's go, Kaylyn, let's talk about Caralyn B. Shelton. Who is she? What the heck is this story that we've never heard about before?
You know, Caralyn was born Carrie Bertha Skiff, and she was orphaned over in eastern Oregon, and a series of events in her life led her to an introduction with George E. Chamberlain in Portland, who was a lawyer at the time. When he was elected governor, she joined him as his private secretary. And then the big moment came in 1909 when he was elected to the Senate, needed to get back east to take his seat, and she was left in charge of the executive office.
She really was an incredibly smart woman, too. She'd gone through some hard times, so tell me a little bit about how she got to that point where she met him.
Right, she had gone through some hard times. When she was 9 years old, her father disappeared mysteriously, and then within 2 years her mother died, so she was left an orphan along with 2 siblings. She was then adopted and placed in the guardianship of a wealthy lawyer in town and his wife, and that lawyer within 4 years.
Just say it.
It's hard to say it. It's scandalous.
Scandalous.
He took her across the border into Idaho, and he married her.
And he married her.
He had his first marriage annulled, and he married his charge here, who was 16.
It's terrible.
And he was a 50. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. She probably learned a lot about law from him, I'm guessing.
Yes,
right?
I would say so.
Okay. Tell me what we can see when it comes to this exhibit.
Well, we're really excited because we get to show off some of the artifacts that we have in our collections thanks to Kaylyn's research and connecting with family members, including tangible items from her past, her furs, her jewelry, photographs, some really spectacular photographs of her throughout her life, kind of showcasing her story.
So he went to the Senate when she worked for the governor.
Right.
And then he went to the Senate. So then for 3 days, how did that happen?
It's kind of a unique situation. Oregon is one of only a handful of states that doesn't have a lieutenant governor position. So when the governor is indisposed, constitutionally it goes to the Secretary of State, and there was an overlap. And we think that Governor Chamberlain probably had this in mind as a publicity stunt because he was a very big proponent of women's suffrage.
Okay. And she was as well, obviously.
And she was as well.
Yeah.
But this was at the heels of multiple losses in the Oregon State Legislature for measures that would have allowed women to vote.
Yeah.
So this kind of became his way to make a statement by leaving his resignation in her hands for 3 days.
Wow.
And the news got picked up all over the country, as far away as Berlin, Germany, and it was a big moment in making a statement about women's capacity within government.
Right. What did you learn about her personality?
She was a very forthright person with great executive ability. And an executive is someone who can make those tough decisions and see the outcomes, who can also prioritize tasks. And we know that she's used those talents to benefit George Chamberlain as well.
And was she great at, when she comes to being a legal assistant, was she just so good at that?
She was, to the point that she was given tasks that would normally be given to a young lawyer in the drawing up of documents and such.
And women weren't allowed to be lawyers at that time, or?
They were allowed to be lawyers, but she was a stenographer when she started working for him in the law office.
Yeah. When we learn the importance of learning history, it is so important for all of us to know our history. I'm going to ask you to comment on that.
Yeah, I absolutely. I mean, this is a story we hear a lot, even today, that no one has ever heard about her before, and that's kind of a shame to not know these small moments that made a big difference in things that are important to you and I today.
Yeah. What do you think is her legacy?
Her legacy was her time spent in government service, both here in Oregon and in Washington, D.C. And she was buried in Arlington, and if that isn't the capstone to a life full of service, I don't know what is.
So the exhibit opens tomorrow?
It's open now.
It's open now.
It's open now, and
And
it will run through December 6th at the Willamette Heritage Center in Salem.
And you must be both very proud of it.
Yes.
Very much so.
Oh, that's awesome. We want to tell everyone, if you'd like to see the exhibit on Caralyn B. Shelton at the Willamette Heritage Center in Salem, you can do that through December 6th, as you just mentioned. We're going to put all the information for you on our website at katu.com.